The story follows a hero once trusted by the entire world, a symbol of hope who vanished without a trace for years. When he finally returns, everything feels unfamiliar. Life has moved on without him, people have adapted, and the woman he once loved has built a new life of her own. Now, his battle is not only against danger, but also against the feeling that he no longer belongs. It begins with a quiet but powerful moment inside a grand mansion, where an elderly woman, moments away from death, is manipulated into signing away her fortune. The man beside her reveals himself as Lex Luthor, a calculating and dangerous mind who now possesses immense wealth and a hidden agenda. At the same time, far from this darkness, a peaceful farm is shaken by a mysterious crash. Martha Kent discovers a strange crystalline structure, and within it, her son has returned. Superman is back. While Clark reconnects with his past, Lex begins exploring secrets that were never meant for him. Deep within the Arctic, he uncovers a hidden fortress filled with alien knowledge. By activating ancient technology, he learns about Superman's origins, his powers, and most importantly, the crystals that can shape entire worlds. This forbidden knowledge sparks a dangerous ambition. Back in his old life, Clark struggles to adjust. The world he left behind is changed, and the guilt of his absence weighs heavily on him. When he returns to Metropolis and resumes his identity as a quiet reporter, he is faced with the hardest truth. Lois Lane has moved on. She has a family now, and has even publicly questioned whether the world needs Superman anymore. Her words cut deeper than any enemy ever could. But fate doesn't give him time to dwell. A catastrophic failure during a spacecraft launch puts hundreds of lives at risk, including Lois herself. In a moment of urgency, Clark reveals himself once again, soaring into the sky as Superman. In a breathtaking rescue, he saves the falling plane, reminding the world that their protector has returned. The people cheer, but the emotional distance between him and Lois remains. Meanwhile, Lex begins testing the power of the crystals. He discovers that even a small fragment can create massive structures, capable of disrupting entire cities. With this realization, he forms a plan far more dangerous than anyone could imagine, one that involves creating new land by destroying what already exists. And to ensure his victory, he secures the one thing that can bring Superman to his knees: kryptonite. As Superman resumes his role as a savior, stopping crimes and saving lives, Lex sets his plan into motion. Chaos spreads across the city, drawing attention away while he acquires what he needs. At the same time, Clark and Lois share a brief but meaningful encounter, where he explains that despite everything, the world still calls out for help, and he can hear it every single day. Soon, the situation escalates. Lois uncovers Lex's involvement and is taken hostage along with her son. Lex reveals his terrifying vision to create a new continent using the crystals, even if it means destroying countless lives. As the plan unfolds, a massive structure begins rising from the ocean, triggering destruction across the city. Superman is forced to make an impossible choice: save the woman he loves or protect millions of lives. He chooses the greater good, racing across the city to stop disasters one after another. Buildings collapse, fires spread, and chaos erupts everywhere, but he doesn't stop. Still, the threat continues to grow stronger. Eventually, he confronts Lex, only to realize he has walked into a trap. The land Lex created is infused with kryptonite, draining Superman's strength. For the first time, he is completely vulnerable. Lex attacks him mercilessly, pushing him to the brink of death. Even as he falls into the ocean, weakened and helpless, the world's greatest hero seems defeated. But hope refuses to die. Lois risks everything to save him, and with her help, the kryptonite is removed. Drawing strength from the sun itself, Superman rises once more. With everything he has left, he lifts the massive crystal land into the sky and sends it into space, saving the world at the cost of nearly all his energy. In the aftermath, Superman collapses, and for a moment, it seems like he may never wake again. Lois finally reveals the truth about her son, and the emotional weight of everything settles in. But just when it feels like the end, Superman quietly returns. Not for glory, not for recognition, but simply to watch over the people he cares about. He visits in silence, leaving behind a message of hope for the next generation. And when asked if he will return, his answer is simple: he never truly left. Because being a hero isn't about being seen. It's about always being there when it matters most. The second story shifts to a completely different world, a high school in Thailand, where social groups define everything. A boy named Pong lives quietly among them, categorizing students into different types while seeing himself as invisible. Bullied and overlooked, his life is far from easy, but he finds comfort in drawing, especially sketches of a girl he secretly admires. One day, a simple mistake turns his life upside down. His private drawings are exposed in front of the entire class, leading to humiliation and heartbreak. While trying to fix things, he crosses paths with a mysterious new girl named May, who is hiding a dangerous secret. She has the ability to release electricity when her emotions spike. At first, this discovery shocks Pong, but instead of fear, it sparks curiosity. He turns her secret into a story, unknowingly pushing her further into distress. But as time passes, he begins to understand her struggles. May has spent her entire life hiding, afraid of hurting others, always on the edge of losing control. Their relationship slowly evolves. What begins as conflict turns into friendship, and eventually something deeper. Together, they help each other chase their own goals, Pong trying to win the heart of his crush, and May trying to connect with someone she admires. But emotions complicate everything. As May grows closer to someone else, Pong begins to realize that his feelings are changing. The girl he once dreamed about was only an idea, but the one standing beside him is real. Through moments of courage, failure, and self-discovery, both of them begin to understand who they truly are. In the end, the story is not just about powers or popularity, but about acceptance. It's about learning that being different doesn't make you less, it makes you unique. And sometimes, the people we overlook are the ones who change our lives the most.